On a crowded bus, a young man named Marcus Williams makes an unforgettable impression when he stands up to give his seat to a visibly exhausted pregnant woman. She accepts his offer with surprise and gratitude. Then, as she prepares to leave the bus, slips a mysterious note into his pocket. What Marcus initially believes to be a simple thank you will actually lead him on an unexpected journey that will change his life forever. Inside that note lies an invitation, a key to a hidden part of the city, and a story that will test Marcus's courage in ways he never imagined. Before diving into this life-altering journey, make sure you subscribe to Inspiring Hearts to witness more stories that turn ordinary moments into incredible tales of inspiration. Marcus, a young factory worker, is used to hardship and has spent years living far from his family to earn a modest income to support them. When he finds the note, he's shocked to see an unfamiliar motto and an address in the wealthiest part of town. Compelled by his curiosity, Marcus visits the location and is stunned to find a mansion where the pregnant woman from the bus awaits him, now transformed and elegantly dressed. She introduces herself as Elena Harrington, the only daughter of a powerful multimillionaire. Elena confides that their encounter on the bus has left a profound impression on her. Marcus's kindness in a city where people barely look up struck her deeply. With no emotional support and struggling through a difficult pregnancy, Elena makes a remarkable offer: $300,000 for Marcus to become her companion and emotional support through this challenging time. Shocked by such an offer, Marcus accepts, leaving behind his grueling factory job and stepping into a world of privilege and the unknown by her side. Marcus moves into a small guest house on the Harrington estate, where he takes on his role as Elena's companion, offering her both physical support and a reliable presence during her pregnancy. As they spend more time together, Marcus discovers a different side to Elena. Beneath her poised exterior, she's a woman who has endured pain, loneliness, and the burden of being her father's only heir. She confides in him about how she once fled the pressures of her wealthy family, only to find herself abandoned and alone after her child's father left her, thinking she had nothing to offer. Day by day, Marcus and Elena grow closer. Marcus becomes more than just an employee. He's a friend and a confidant, someone Elena can open up to without fear of judgment. Marcus, who once focused solely on his hard work and supporting his family, finds new purpose in being there for Elena, helping her navigate her fears and challenges. What began as a job becomes something more, a meaningful bond that neither of them could have anticipated. As Elena enters the final months of her pregnancy, Marcus is by her side constantly, accompanying her to every doctor's appointment, staying vigilant through her highs and lows. His patience, gentle encouragement, and unwavering support bring Elena a peace she hasn't felt in years. In turn, Marcus finds a sense of fulfillment he never imagined, as he steps deeper into a life far removed from the hardships he's known, yet full of emotions he never anticipated feeling. As Elena reaches the last stages of her pregnancy, Marcus becomes even more vigilant. One afternoon, while they're enjoying the peace of the estate's garden, Elena suddenly gasps in pain. She's going into labor. Without hesitation, Marcus scoops her up and rushes her to the hospital, staying by her side every step of the way. He holds her hand through every agonizing moment, whispering words of encouragement and giving her the strength to keep going. When Elena's son, whom she names Raven, finally enters the world with his first cry, Marcus feels an overwhelming sense of connection, as if he's witnessing the birth of someone who has already become family to him. After the birth, Elena's health begins to stabilize, thanks in large part to Marcus's devoted care. The three of them, Elena, Marcus, and little Raven, spend countless hours together, forming a close-knit unit that feels like the family Marcus had always dreamed of. The line between employer and companion begins to blur, as Marcus finds himself deeply involved in every aspect of their lives. The days flow into nights filled with baby laughter, quiet conversations, and an unspoken bond that grows stronger with each passing moment. To anyone who sees them, Marcus and Elena appear as a loving couple, sharing every smile, every quiet glance, and every gesture of care. Though neither has openly acknowledged their feelings, it's clear to everyone around them that their connection runs deeper than either of them has admitted. The foundation of trust, kindness, and shared responsibility for Raven has transformed what began as a simple job into a relationship full of emotion and possibility. A few months later, Marcus decides to visit his family for a brief weekend, knowing he's overdue for a reunion with his mother and sister. However, the day after he arrives, an uneasy feeling begins to stir within him, a powerful urge to be back with Elena and Raven. Unable to ignore it, Marcus cuts his trip short and returns to the Harrington estate a day early. As he approaches the mansion in the fading light of the evening, he's met with a horrifying sight. Smoke and flames are rising from one of the rooms on the second floor, the very wing where Elena and Raven usually sleep. Without hesitation, Marcus sprints toward the house, his heart pounding as he realizes the danger they're in. Bursting through the front door, Marcus fights through the thickening smoke and heat, desperately calling out Elena's and Raven's names. He reaches their room, only to find the door locked from the outside, as if someone intended for it to stay shut. With a surge of adrenaline, he kicks the door open and finds little Raven crying in his crib, the flames dangerously close. Marcus grabs the baby, shielding him from the smoke as he rushes outside to safety. Once Raven is secure, Marcus plunges back into the inferno, knowing that Elena is still trapped. Inside the blazing room, Marcus finds Elena lying unconscious on the floor, overcome by the smoke. He shakes her, calling her name, but she doesn't respond. The fire grows more intense, and parts of the ceiling begin to collapse around them. Covering his mouth with a damp cloth, Marcus struggles to lift Elena and drag her toward the door. Just as they near the exit, a beam crashes down, striking Marcus on the shoulder and knocking him to the ground. Summoning every last bit of strength, he pushes Elena out of the room to safety before collapsing from the impact of the smoke and exhaustion. When Marcus awakens in the hospital, he finds Elena at his side, holding his hand with tears in her eyes. She explains that after reviewing the security footage, the police have identified the culprit behind the fire. Her former lover, the man who abandoned her when she was pregnant. Consumed with anger after discovering her wealthy background, he had returned seeking revenge. He managed to slip past security, drugged Elena's tea with sleeping pills, and attempted to kidnap Raven for ransom. However, his clumsy actions had led to the fire, and he fled in panic, leaving them both to face the deadly flames. Elena's voice trembles as she recounts the details, visibly shaken by the betrayal and the narrow escape. But Marcus gently reassures her, embracing her with a promise to always protect her and Raven. In that moment, the unspoken feelings they've held back for so long finally come to the surface, as they realize how much they mean to each other. Their harrowing experience binds them together, with Marcus silently vowing that he will never let anyone or anything threaten their family again. After the terrifying ordeal, Marcus and Elena feel an even stronger bond, as if fate itself has tied their lives together. As the days pass, they each realize that what began as a contract has transformed into something deeply meaningful. The shared struggles, the joys of raising Raven, and the intense moments of danger have all blended into a love neither of them can deny any longer. On what was originally supposed to be the last day of their contract, Marcus surprises Elena by asking her to stay with him. This time, not as his employer, but as his partner. With tears in her eyes, Elena says yes, knowing that her life is forever intertwined with his. Their wedding is an intimate, heartfelt gathering, attended by family and close friends. Marcus's mother and sister, along with Elena's father, witness the couple exchange vows, celebrating a love born not from privilege or duty, but from genuine care and loyalty. Marcus, Elena, and little Raven now form a true family, bonded by resilience, shared values, and the promise to stand by one another through every trial. Their story teaches a powerful lesson about kindness and the unexpected paths it can open, A single act of compassion, a simple gesture on a crowded bus, has led Marcus and Elena to a life neither of them could have imagined. Their journey reminds us that sometimes the smallest actions can change lives in unimaginable ways. To see more stories filled with hope, courage, and unforgettable twists, subscribe to Inspiring Hearts. Let these tales inspire us to embrace life with compassion and an open heart, knowing that our kindness today could shape someone's tomorrow.